Hello! You may have noticed that I am not, in fact, BremSter. I'm not sure what gave it away, whether it was the accent or the beard, but either way, yeah, you are correct. My name is Rangsk, and I'm guest solving on the channel today. So I also have a YouTube channel, in case you aren't aware of me. I solve Sudoku puzzles and word games and other kinds of puzzles. We have a lot of fun with that. Post a lot of videos every day, so you may enjoy them. If you want to check out my channel, then you can check for a link in the description, which hopefully BremSter will remember to put down there. If not, you can just search Rangsk. I'm sure you'll find it. And so yeah, if you're not aware, I have a Sudoku Adventure series on my channel where every single day I post a handcrafted 6x6 puzzle created by a lot of setters that you may recognize. And they're designed to be quick, approachable puzzles. So you could do them with your morning coffee or, as you eat a meal. Take you 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, we try to keep them interesting but approachable. And so yeah, if you don't have time to solve one of the big CTC puzzles every day, or struggle with one of those 4 or 5 star LMD puzzles, and you just want to sort of do a little bit of Sudoku every day, Sudoku Adventure is great for that. And recently, BremSter actually guest solved a puzzle on Sudoku Adventure. He solved one I created for number 350 of the Adventure series. We've been going almost a year, which is amazing. And so yeah, I thought I would return the favor. And I requested to guest solve on BremSter's channel. And he was gracious enough to allow me on and solve this puzzle. So let's go over the rules. Be very careful about the rules. There's anti-knight and anti-XV on here, but I'm going to go over them carefully. So we have normal Sudoku rules, which means in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 9 exactly once each without repetition, as BremSter says. We also have killer cages in the grid. A cage in general is when cells are surrounded by these dotted lines. Killer cages means that you're summing them. So first of all, in a killer cage, digits can't repeat. So if I were to put, say, a 2 here, normally Sudoku would allow me to put a 2 here. There'd be no problem with it, but the cage has a problem with it. It says no. So you're not repeating digits in these cages. Additionally, when you add up all the digits that you place in the cage, they need to sum to the top left value. So these 5 would sum to 15. These 2 would sum to 15. All right. Additionally, I'm going to go over anti-knight and anti-XV last. So let's go over these dots. We have Kropki Pairs. So that means that we have white dots and black dots in the grid. White dots separate consecutive digits. So if I put a 2 here, then I need to put a 1 or a 3 here in order for them to be consecutive. DD2. All right. So black dots separates digits that have a 1 to 2 ratio. And the easiest way to think about that is one of them is exactly double the other. So if I put a 2 here, then this could be a 1 because 2 is double 1, or this could be a 4 because 4 is double 2, because we don't care about the order, just that one is double the other. And so that's white and black dots. Not all of them are given, so luckily, because we have enough of that going on. So if I have a 2 here, I could put a 4 here, and there'd be no problem. There could have been a black dot here, and there's not, and that's okay. Now, for the global constraints, we have anti-knight. So let me make this cell purple, and I'm going to make all of these cells green. If you're familiar with chess, you may be familiar with how the knight moves in chess. It moves 2 in one direction and 1 in another. It kind of does this hop. And so all of the green cells are what a knight could move to or capture from the purple cell. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that cells that are a knight's move apart are not the same digit. So I cannot put a 2 in both of these because of the anti-knight rule. So if this center digit here, this purple digit's a 2, none of these green digits are a 2 in addition to normal Sudoku rules. All right, that's anti-knight. We also have anti-XV, which means that digits that are orthogonally adjacent, digits that share an edge, do not add to 5 and do not add to 10. So if I put a 2 here, this cell's not a 3 because they can't add to 5, and this cell's not an 8 because they can't add to 10. That's true of these and these and these and these, etc. Not the diagonals or weird digits that are far away from each other, just ones that share an edge. And hopefully you don't want more constraints because that's it. Those are all of them. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, well, I think the place to get started are these 15 cages. Now 15 and 5, you can only accomplish with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we can't repeat digits. So if you can't repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the smallest digits you could possibly put in it, and that adds to 15 already. Now, thinking about the anti-XV rule, let's actually just fill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in one of these. I think this center cell has to be a 5. And that's because if this were anything else, like let's put a 3 in there just for demonstration. That 3 is not allowed to be next to a 2, and now I can't place a 2 in the cage. So we need the 5 to be in the center because it's in no danger of adding to 5 with anything else. So we get our first 3 digits, yay. Almost done with the puzzle, right? And these are all going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to actually just make them blue to represent that instead of coloring, or I'm going to color them blue instead of just putting 1, 2, 3, 4 in them for now. And the reason for that is now we can make highs orange. So in this box, we need the 4 oranges. We have all the blues used up and the 5. 15 cages. All of these are going to be orange because to add to 15, you're either going to do 6, 9 or 7, 8. And those are all high digits. So I'm considering 1 through 4 to be low, 5 to be neither, and 6 to 9 to be high. Okay, so I'm thinking we may need to subcolor or letter. And I'm wondering where we want to get started with that. Okay, I am going to do the middle. And I think I'll use letters for this. So what I'm going to do, because I get the feeling that this is one of those puzzles where you completely color everything and then like these dots at the end tell you like what's going on. So anyway, or they could be used midway, but generally at the end, then you suddenly go, okay, these are what the digits must be. So I think these are going to tell you like something about consecutive digits that'll be important. And then this is going to distinguish low and high because black dots can't have 5, 7, or 9 on them. And so removing the 7 or 9 as a possibility is probably going to distinguish everything. That's my prediction. We'll see if that's right at the end, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to have to go. So anyway, I'm pretty safe just using big letters here. So I can just pick A, B, C, and D to be just the letters that I put into these cells. And that represents A, B, and C, and D represent 1 through 4 in some way. So let's look at how this affects the blues, because this D looks up and this A sees it by anti-night. So this can't be A or D. This is only B, C. Let's see, what else can I do? This sees the B and C by anti-night. So this is AD. This sees B. So this is ACD. I feel like ACDC. Oh wait, this sees C as well, right? I just noticed it up here. That's an AD pair. So this is a BC pair. Nice, already making progress. So this is the same thing. Both of these see the A and the D. So this is BC, and then these are AD. So I think we got some symmetric logic going on here, which is nice. We don't have to rethink about it both times. So what can we do with this? Okay, AD, BC, BC, AD. I'm not sure what else I can do. Now, these will see certain things. Like not only does this eliminate 8, okay, I guess we are going to need this BC specifically. Oh, right. So this BC specifically doesn't repeat in the cage, and by Knight's move doesn't see these two, and it's not high. So this is that BC. This is blue, and I bet we have the same thing here. Yeah, this AD sees all of these, and it can't be these two. So this is, this is AD, and it's blue. So we get an AD pair here, a BC pair here. So this BC, interestingly, doesn't go here, 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 or here, or here. So this BC goes up here somewhere. It could be B, but only if it's right there. It's just a little bit annoying. So I can't do that. I can't use that. I might start doing high letters, but let's see what I can get out of the lows first. This is not, yes, look at that. I think this is an A. So, oh no, but it could be high. If it's low, it's an A. Oh, I gotta be careful. All right, we have 2 more lows and 2 more highs here. But anyway, what I was saying here is this sees B and D, but it also sees this BC pair. Because by Knight's move, these both see the cell. So it's going to see both of the BCs in this pair. Oh, I really want it to be A, but it could be high. Or it can't be 5, but it could be high. So this is A or high. Not sure what to do with that. Maybe if I lettered these, it would become more clear. I'm thinking there's two options for lettering them. I can just pick 4 letters for these, or I could just generically say these are E, F, G, H, and then come up with an association for adding to 10, like A and E add to 10, for example. And then I could eliminate E and F from here, like just have E, F, G, H in order adds to 10 with A, B, C, D. So let's try this first. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it, but this can't be F or G. This can't be E or H, and this can't be G or H. Okay. So what did we learn from that? Well, we learned that we have some pointing. H's are here. G's are here. F's are here, and E's are here. So we get a bunch of pointing here. So H's point up. It doesn't feel good enough. Ooh, I just noticed something. This AD, look at that. It looks into here, and it sees these 2 cells. So whatever this AD is, it's here, which means this AD are pairs, right? This AD goes down here somewhere. The clone of it goes down here somewhere, which means this is different than it. So let's subcolor that. Let's make this purple and this. I just said them backwards. Let's make this green and this purple. We'll make this green and this purple. And now maybe we can talk about purple being in one of these 2. Green. Ooh, green is placed. Whoa. So this green looks up. This is so cool. This green looks in. This green sees these 2. This can't be green because it's high. So this is the blue-green AD, and it can't be A. Wow. So that gives us all of these as D. It gives our purples as A. We can, oh, this A sees here, so it's not A. That places this A. We do not need purple anymore, thankfully. We don't have to keep that around. But, okay, so I can get rid of these purples. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of the white as well. I'm going to get rid of the greens, because that's just D. Okay. Now, do we have a similar trick with B here, BC? Yes, this BC can't be in these 2 cells, and it can't be here. So it's in one of these 2. That makes this BC. I bet we're going to get the same thing. I'll use green and purple again. But let's just make sure it does actually translate. So now this purple sees these 2, and this looks down. Perfect. It's not D. So this is the purple BC, which makes it a B. So that's a B. Purple is B. Green is C. Wow. That is a really cool way of connecting those. I'm going to get rid of the purple, and I'm going to get rid of the green. This is a B. B is blue. And then now C in this box, we know where it goes because of Knight's move. So that's a C. Yeah, so it is completely symmetric, which is nice. I don't have to repeat the logic. A is blue. Wow. Okay. What are we doing with this info? Well, we know C is over here. Let's just get some Sudoku going on here with letters. B is over here. What about C in this box? Well, we can say it's in one of these 2. What else can we say? Okay, D's. D's are one of these 2. Interesting. Oh, this CC's here. Oh, C is placed. Look, this C looks in. This C looks in. This C looks down, and this CC's here by Knight's move. So that's a C. And it's blue. Very interesting. D's now? Oh, we know D's are in these 2. I don't think there's a Knight move seeing that. What about B's? Any Knight's moves? No. Okay, what about A's? We don't actually know. Do we know where A goes? We might. Okay, at the very least, we know A's in one of these 2. That means A's not here. This is a Knight's move pattern that eliminates that digit from sort of you hop forward and you do the same 2. And the reason for that is, if you think about it, if I put an A here, it eliminates this by the row and this by Knight's move, and it's the same deal here. Whoopsie, I did not mean to do that. It's the same move. It's the same here, where by this row and Knight's move. So these can't be A. This A looks down. This A looks in. Wow. So we get that A is here. We get that D is here. We get that A is here. Okay. So A and C are consecutive. I guess that means they're not 2, 3 because you can't add to 5. So they're either 1, 2 or 3, 4. We don't know which way it goes. We have all the lows here and we have 5. So these are high. Could this, okay, this is not low, right? Because it sees A, B, C, and D. So, and it's not 5 because you can't put 5 on a black dot. So this is high, and this is a 6 or an 8, which makes A a 3 or a 4. Wow. A is 3 or 4, so C is 3 or 4. Because if A were 4, then C is definitely 3. If A were 3, C can't be 2 because they'd add to 5, so C would be 4. So AC is a 3-4 pair. I think I prefer them being A and C until I resolve them. But yeah, that's good to know. Let's see what else we can do here. We do need okay, this can't be 5. So, oh yeah, these are both high. Very nice. I feel like we're doing well. These are both high. A's, look into here. Putting an A in one of these two. I don't see any knights moves. I could be, it's very easy to miss them, but I don't think there's any knights moves there. This A sees here by knights move and here by knights move. So A's in one of these two. And again, I don't think there's any knights move resolving that. These A's look in. This A looks up. So A's in one of these two. So we kind of have this weird pattern of A's left. And that's it. Okay. What about D's? D's look into here. This D looks up. So D's in one of these two. Not seeing a knight's move. How about this box? D looks up. This D looks in. That's not D because it's high, and also it sees that D. Can I do anything else? Please. No? It's in these three? That's unfortunate. How about over here? D looks down, D looks in, D looks up. So D is in one of these two. That's the last low. This sees 5 and A, B, C, D in the column. So this is high. Do we have anything else like that? This sees A and D and 5. What about C in this box? C, 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 C. C is placed. Very nice. It's blue. A, D. What about B? B looks down and knights move. So B is in one of these. B is in one of these two. Interesting. B's up here. This B looks up. This B looks in. This B looks in. And these B's also did that. So B's are in one of these two. So is this what we have left for B's? Yeah, that's it. Now, I don't think there's a knight's move seeing any of these. If there is, I'll just be embarrassed later. All right. I need a C. Okay, C is in one of these two. That means C is not here. This C looks in. Ooh. C is in one of these two. So C is on this white dot. It's tempting to make it CA, but it doesn't have to be. Because we don't know that BC actually... we don't know that BC has to 5, so... We know there's no D on it. Okay, have I exhausted all my ABCDs? This sees a 5 by knight's move, and it sees all the lows, so it's high. That means 5's in one of these two. Mark that. This sees a 5 and all the lows, so that's high. This 5 sees here, so 5's in one of these two. Okay, now I can at least say that these are low, because these 5s look left and this 5 looks left, so there's no 5 on this white dot. So we're going to make those low, but we don't know if they're from A, B, and C. This is AC, this is BC, basically. There's definitely a C on it. But we don't know what if BC is forbidden yet. All right. This feels like really good progress, but also we need to figure out what to do next. It might have to do with highs. I haven't done much with highs. Maybe starting with highs that touch, yeah, so like this high touches A, B, and D. So this is the letter that does not add to 10 with A, B, or D. So it's what adds to 10 with C, which we said E, F, G, it would be G. It would be really cool to know what G adds to 15 with. But can we do anything with this directly? Not right now. All right. So these, I guess we could start by saying these are from E, F, H. These H's look down, so that's not an H. And this is next to C, which eliminates G, unfortunately. Yeah, so we don't know what adds 15 with G yet. But there might be more cells like that. Yeah, like this one sees A, B, and D. So again, it's the G. Okay. And look at that. G needs to go in this box. G is 6 or 8. I'm just going to put a little corner mark G there so I remember that that's G. We still don't know if it's 6 or 8, though. I'm still trying to figure out how this resolves. We may have to figure that out. I wonder if we can figure it out now. Like, do we have enough information now to know if it's 6 or 8? I don't see how we would. I think we need to know what adds to 15 with G, maybe. That's going to be confusing. We'll think about it later. Let's see what else we can get with letters. We'll just put that off. That's usually my strategy. I was going to say this sees A, C, and B, but we've already colored it orange, so that's not really important. Okay, these are not... Okay, yeah, we haven't centered C and D in here yet. So D looks up. This D looks in. Right, D is in these 3. I'm actually gonna corner that because I want to know where all of the lows are in this box. And so we also need to know where C goes. We know C's on this white dot, so it's not there. So C's in one of these 2. Ooh, and this C is C's over. Yeah, I just noticed that. Thank you, Renmark. That's a C, and it's blue. So we need an A in this row, but it could be in either of these. These are A or orange. Ooh, I'd love to prove an A here. That might help, actually. Because that would force C to not be the 4. If we knew C and B were consecutive, then C would have to be the 3. And we could actually start filling digits, which would be amazing. But we don't know this is A. The A could be here. Now, the unfortunate thing is, this is the only one in the box that can't be low, but it also could be 5, so we don't know that it's high. I bet you we could do more with letters, though. Let's start lettering anything that's not all 4. So these are from E, F, H. Now, can I do anything else with that? These are different E, F, H's. In fact, this sees these 2. So this is an E, F, H. Oh, it's not quite a triple. I was going to say it's a triple, but these 2 can be the same digit as each other. So it's not quite a triple. That doesn't work. These are also E, F, H, I guess. This is E, F, H. Basically, I'm marking non-Gs. This is E, F, H. This is next to D, so this is E, F, G. This is next to C. Yeah, G's already gone. So all of these next to C are E, F, H. Does that affect where G goes in this column? G is here or here? Interesting. I don't know that I can resolve that. Okay. Knowing where the 5s are would be very nice, but no luck there. Okay, this is next to B and D. So this is E, not F, G, not D. These could be E, any. Nothing really looks at it. Oh, this G does look up, actually. So we know there's a G in this. Oops. We know there's a G in this. I have to remember this is a fixed G. That's also potentially 6, 8. It's one of 6 or 8. But anyway, there's a G in this 15, which means it goes with the same EFH. I mean, I don't know why I marked that, but It made sense in my head. So if this ends up G, then we know this is E, which is really interesting. That would do a lot. But I don't know how we would prove that this one's G. Maybe that has to do with G's over here. There is something with G's over here, though. I don't know if it does it, but look at this. We've got this G looking at this. These can't be G because they're next to C. So G's over here somewhere, and this G looks up. So one of these two is a G, which does keep G out of these two, but we already knew that. They point in. Oof. Yeah, I don't know that this does anything. I mean, it makes this EFH. We know this is EFH because it sees a G. This is also EFH. Okay, so G in this box isn't one of these, which coincidentally makes that not a G, but that's not important. Ooh. So this is EFH just because this G looks up. So we have all of our highs accounted for here. We need to find the 5. Okay, this is low. There we go. That's going to be helpful. This sees 5 and all the highs. So this is low. And what low can it be? Well, it can't be B, C, or D. So this is an A. Very nice. Darn it. The A ended up where I didn't want it, but at least we know where it is. That's an A. That does place the A on... Oh, so that makes this A with a B or a C. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Nope, it's the only place for C. It makes it AC. Darn, it's the same as this one. Okay, so that's not helpful. I was really hoping that that would help resolve my, like what number's what, but we'll have to actually think about it. Unfortunate. Let's see, that's blue as well. This is orange because we have all of our lows. It sees a G, so it's EFH. So G in this row is in one of these two. Huh. So now we want to ask where G goes in this row. It's over here. Okay. Oh, these G's point down. That's not G. So we get a G in that. So we have another 15 with the G and an EFH. So these are clones. Does that help me? Unfortunately, I don't see how it does. Well, let's give it a color. Let's color it green for now. So what we can say is this green looks in, this green looks down. And this is G. So this has to be the green EFH. Okay. And we know, yeah, we knew the green EFH was in here somewhere with the G. Okay. So I just reproved that, but that's okay. Over here, one of these is green. I don't think that's very helpful at the moment. This green looks in. Ah, look at this. This green looks at these cells and this cell, so this has to be green, which actually proves that green is not F. It's only EH. Okay, I'll take it. And we know the reason I could eliminate F from here is because this is a G green, a G green pair. So there's no room for non-green, non-G in it. Just to make sure you understand why that worked. You know, we have the same thing here. Whatever this is goes here. So this is FG. We could give this a purple color if we want, because we know it's definitely not green. In fact, it doesn't even share a letter with green. Huh. I think it could still be G, though. I'm not sure how to prove it's not G. What can we prove about this? So these purples look in. Yeah, it makes it one of these. I don't really want to mark that. So if it's here, then purple's F. I don't really see a problem with that. Okay, is there more that we can do? Purple in this box, maybe? It's one of these two. Purple. Not too exciting in this box. I feel like I could extend green a lot better than I extended purple, and I'm not sure why. Why did that happen? It's because we knew this was G, and we don't know that this is... Yeah, we haven't proved this digit yet, the symmetric one. We do... Oh, this is a 5G pair. This is... Oh, sorry, I can make that... I can center mark that. This is a 5G pair. Just for the box, which makes this not G. That places this G. And now we know that this is the green. And it is EH. So now these two greens look up, and and this green looks in. So this is the only place for green in the box, which means it's not F. That forces an F into this 15 cage. And it's with the EH that does not add to 15 with G. This is getting so hard to think about. All right, 5G looking in. So none of these are 5. Is that important to know? Well, this one can't be B. This can't be A, B, C, or D. And it can't be 5 because of the 5G. So it is high, and it's not G. So it's at least EFH. I don't think it sees anything else, though. This also sees 5 in A, B, C, D. So this is also high, and it's an EFH. EFH. And what's important about that is now these are a 5D pair. 5D. Please tell me there's something to resolve that. I'm not seeing it. Does it have to do with 5 in this box? Okay, we know 5's in one of these two in this box. Oops, I typed D instead of 5. What is my hand doing? This is avoiding a lot of these corner marks. Hold on, is this the only B left? Why don't I have any other B's marked? Maybe I just missed that this is a hidden single B. It is. So we can place the B. That's not B. This is a B. It's blue. We have all of our lows in this column. So this is also a 5G pair. Well, not also. Yeah, also I mean from these. Right, so sort of thinking it was here too, but not. Interesting. It's getting very intricate. This cell isn't these corner marks. In fact, yeah, sorry, why don't I have D corner marked here? I should. What can this be? It can't be A, B, C, D. Well, clearly it's high for the row. It's an EFH. I think it's just an EFH. I may have to like subcolor the EFHs. I kind of already started that, but unfortunately purple is a G, a potential G. Yeah. Maybe purple's not as handy as green was. What about these cells? It's 5 EFH because G is taken. Five EFH. Gray or orange. How about this row? This is not a pair though. But this sees all the lows. This is not A, B, C, or D. So this could be 5. Or it could be E, F, or H. But it's not green. Okay, I have this thought of coloring all the EFHs. I think that would help. I think I'm going to get rid of these purples. They are clones, but I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to color... Do I color this one first? I think I do. So let's make this one purple, and then let's make this one blue is taken. Let's make this one yellow. Because this is an EF pair. Okay. This is a purple-yellow EF pair, which means this cannot be E. Because if it was E, then these would both be F and they'd be a nice move apart. Wow. So that's an H, and that resolves this whole... That's going to be huge. So all of greens are H's, and G and H go together to add to 15. That makes this a 5, amazingly. It sees E, F, and H. So that's the 5. This is high. It's not 5 or H. This is not. These aren't H's anymore. This is... Yeah, the E makes this an F. I don't need to subcolor these anymore. Let's actually get rid of these colors before I get confused. Okay. So we can just use get letters now. E goes there. This is collapsing. F goes there. These aren't E's. That's not an E. We get the 5 and we get the G. This is an EF pair. This is an EF pair. Okay. That's not F anymore. I feel like we still haven't learned what these digits are, and I feel like we should. Like, I don't think we're going to gain any more information than we have now about... Maybe it has to do with which lows or highs are... Which lows end up next to each other? Do we have any lows next to each other that aren't AC? Not yet. That's amazing, actually, that we don't. Okay, so this is resisting getting figured out, I think. Unless there's just something I haven't thought about, but let's just finish coloring the whole board at this point. I think we can. And then I'll figure out the math if it's still not working out. So this is a triple. We need a 5, we need a B, and we need an E. This EC's here. I don't think I need this corner mark anymore. Oh, I'm going to keep it anyway. It's fine. E's in one of these two. Right. Okay, this E looks in. E's in one of these two. Nice. So this box needs an E. This E looks in. None of these are E. So I lost power right in the middle of that solve, but it is back on. Hopefully it doesn't go off again. I need to remember what I was doing though. So let's see. Okay, I was thinking about this box if memory serves. So the B and D are here. What about the highs? What about 5 also? You know what? Okay, 5 can be here or here in this box. Okay, I don't think that's useful. Okay, yes, I had this. Oh, did this not record? I thought I had more progress on this. Anyway, this E looks in. I think I did this already, but this E looks in. And so there's an E in one of these two, which looks down. It makes this a 5, so we can color that. Oops. And the remaining digits here are, let's see, B and E. And do we know the order? Yes, this EF looks down. So this is only B, this is only E. That's a B. So B's are blue. E is orange. That's not B anymore. So this has to be the 5. Look, we have all of our lows and we have all of our highs. So that is a 5, which is quite nice because we just realized over here, oh yeah, that resolves this. This is F. Now F ought to go with E. So that's an E in order to add 15. That's an H. That's a 5. Very nice. We get the D and the G as well. That's a 5. I'm trying to be careful here, but let's color these. D's are blue. 5s are gray. G's are orange. This can only be H now because the column is done. The E goes with F, and that has to be H for the column. All right, we've got an EF here. Lots of EFs up here. How's that? That's got to resolve with a knight's move somewhere. This is no longer D, so this is the D for the row. That's blue. This is the E, which is orange, and then this is the F. And by knight's move, that makes this E, F, F, E, F, E. And now we just have to figure out the numbers. So we have every piece of information we possibly could have. And we need to figure out what the actual numbers are. Now we know that A is 3 or 4. So the first thing I want to ask is A next to any other digit on the grid? Any other blue digit? And the answer is no, it's not. Not that I can tell. Now, is C next to anything other than A? No, it's not. So how does this resolve? This is a 3-4 pair. We need to make sure the 4 doesn't go next to a 1, but A is only ever next to C. We need to make sure the 3 never goes next to 2, but C is only ever next to A. Maybe it has to do with B or D. Let's look at B. What is B ever next to? Wow, B is never next to any blue digits. Which makes me think it's a 2 or a 3. Well, I can't, it's 1 or 2. B is 1 or 2. D is also never next to any blue digits, which makes sense because A and C weren't either. Okay, let me think about the rules. So I guess the question we have to answer is G an extreme digit? Is it a 6-9 or is it is it the 6 part of the 6-9? Okay, so maybe it's G. The thing is, high digits don't care about adding to 5, and we already avoided G adding to 10 by not making it next to C. Let me just make sure. GH, GH, EF, EF, EF. Is this the hardest part of the puzzle? Is just figuring out how it resolves. I'm tempted to plunk one of them and just see what I'm missing about. So, okay, let's just think about this real quick. If this was a 6, let's just go through cases. If this was a 6 with a black dot, that makes this 3, 4. Now, what does that do? 3, 4. A's would all be 3. C's would all be 4. The fact that CA ended up on both of these white dots bothers me because this white dot can't be used to disambiguate. I thought we'd end up with some kind of chain here. Is there some rule I didn't realize? Is there some other 15 cage that I didn't notice? So we only have the 2-cell 15 cages and the 5-cell 15 cages. That's it. Adjacent digits don't sum to 5 or 10. We were very careful not to do that. 3 plus 4 is not 5 or 10. None of the other blues exist next to another blue. C goes next to A, that's it. I'm honestly not sure how to resolve this. I could plunk an example. Okay, we tried 6, so 6, 3, 4. The other possibility is 8, 4, 3. Does it have to do with how like G, E, F, G, H need to? I think it has to do with summing to 15. So let's think about this. If A is 3, then that makes E 7. If E is 7, that makes F 8. That seems to be okay. If A is 4, that makes E 6. And that makes F 9. And 9, there we go. Okay, so let's think about it this way. 9 can't be next to 1. So maybe it has to do with what like F or E or G or H is next to. F is always next to A, and F is next to A and D. Oof, okay, so no, because we kept F away from its partner. Okay. I'm going to write out these two cases, but just in these cells, just so I can see what's happening. So if this is 3, 4, then we do get a deet deet doot. So that's probably what we want. But anyway, A, this was A, right? Yeah. So A being 3 would cause E's everywhere to be 7 and F's everywhere to be 8. And G's everywhere to be 6 and H is everywhere to be 9. I think that definitely seems okay to me. Okay. The other option is A is 4 and C is 3. So 4 is going to make G's everywhere 8 that makes H's everywhere 7. And these add to 10. Wow. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. So letter-wise, what I could have seen is that C would force G to be 7, but it can't be. There we go. Okay, so you can see it all in here. I just had to work through the cases, but the logic that's probably intended is, look at this. If A is 4, that makes C 3, and we said C goes with G. C plus G would be 10, and that would force G to be 7, and that's incompatible. So A cannot be 4. A is 3, so we'll make all the A's 3, and we do get a 3 in the corner, so that's good. A is 3. C is 4. That means that, so E needs to be 7. And G needs to be 8. That works out. Wait, no, G has to be 6, sorry. G has to be 6 for the black dot. That makes H 9. That makes F 8. And now D is 1 because it's next to an 8. So D is 1 and B is 2. And we got the solution correct. Okay. All right, well, other than the power outage, that was good. I could have figured this out a while ago, I think. And we could have used numbers, but it was fun to use letters all the way through. So I didn't mind that too much. Neat puzzle, Lea. It's cool how how the coloring worked out. The anti-knight and the XV actually worked out very well together. Also how at the end, we ended up with blues not next to each other. And not being able to figure it out that way. We had to use these dots. So very neat. And thank you again, BremSter, for allowing me to guest solve on your channel. I hope all of you enjoyed this solve. Definitely give BremSter a sub if you're watching this for the first time. Check out some of BremSter's videos, but also why not check the description for my channel. Maybe give me a subscribe if you enjoyed this solve. And of course, if you enjoyed this at all, why not give the video a like and a kind comment below?